Hi, I'm Sanj Sukumaran, Doctor of Audiology, Clinical Director of the Ear Company. Welcome back to All About Hearing. Every now and then I get to go talk to different groups in the community, and just recently I was invited to talk to a church group. And these were people that are meeting in the basement of a church, and they meet there regularly. I've spoken to them before, and they invited me back. And as we were talking about issues with hearing, and we got into our question and answer period, the question came up about hearing in church. So many people were struggling with hearing the minister in church. And so we got to talking about that. Churches are difficult. Oftentimes, especially for the hearing impaired, you've got loud singing at one point, you've got quiet talking, you've got a time of socializing. So it's a really varied place to listen. And then you have the acoustics of the church too. You've got these older churches that were never actually meant for amplification. They were meant to be places where music would sound great with lots of resonance and hard surfaces. Great places to hear a pipe organ or someone singing a vocal, but a very difficult place to hear the spoken word, the sermon. So what do you do about it? Well, when I grew up anyway, I grew up in a little tiny country church, and I knew where my family sat. We sat in the same pew in the same location, week after week. Well, I think a lot of people do that. And when you have a hearing impairment and you're sitting in the same location, it doesn't mean it's the best location. You might be sitting in the back where you can't really see the pastor or hear them very well. So you've got to make the effort to perhaps change and break that habit. Move to the front where you can see the person talking as well as hearing them. Look at the sound system and where the speakers are. And if you can't get to the front, at least be close to where one of the speakers are so you've got a better sound source. And then, of course, in a lot of churches nowadays, there are listening systems for the hearing impaired. Now, that listening system takes the sound directly from the microphone that the minister is speaking into and puts it into a listening device that either goes into your hearing aid or into your ear. When you use one of those and you're getting a direct piece of information from there, it's so much easier to separate the background noise from the noise and to understand clearly. And pastors will have their delivery be up and down, different styles. They drop their voice at certain points in time. But some of those things you can't control. But if you can control the spot you're sitting in, if you can use one of the listening devices, if you can just position yourself well, you will certainly help yourself out in that listening environment. Until next time, I'll see you on All About Hearing.
All About Hearing is brought to you by the Ear Company on Lansdowne Street. The Ear Company, your best choice for better hearing.